Live from the 2020 AHR Expo. I'm your host, Amanda Holloway, joined by Griffin Goda, and throughout the show we'll have some fantastic guests and topics to share with you in this series, including several of our manufacturers, reps, and Xylem experts. You'll get insights into the trends they're seeing in the HVAC and plumbing industry. Enjoy the show. We're here with Darryl Clark from Wallace Eannace Associates, and he's here to talk to us today about some trends in commercial building services and some other things he's seeing in his part of the market. So why don't you start by giving us a little bit of background about yourself, Darryl?
Yes, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you having me this afternoon. Again, my name is Darryl Clark, and I'm with Wallace Eannace Associates. I've been with Wallace Eannace Associates for 35 years. I'm entering my 35th year now. And it's been a long journey for me. I started out in the warehouse, and I worked my way up from there into inside sales, and then into commercial sales. At one point in time, there was something called performance contracting sales, where I got into that segment of the business, and then into the traditional commercial plan and spec business. I was a salesman in that area. Then I grew to the manager of that division, and currently I'm the corporate vice president of the company, overseeing operations of our organization, with my focus being mostly on the commercial aspect, the plan and spec business of Wallace Eannace. And our main focus throughout our organization is what we call the Wallace Eannace Associates 360-degree experience. And that experience is starting at the very top and understanding exactly what our customers' needs are. And then we work with that customer, whether that's a wholesaler, whether that's a contractor, a developer, or an engineer, finding out exactly what their needs are and solving a solution, offering a solution for their problem, and then following that 360-degree circle all the way around until the project is completed and finished, and finding out from them, hey, we want to make sure that we, didn't satisfy your needs. We want to make sure that we fulfilled your needs and that you're completely 100% happy with us, and you look forward to working with us on the next job. So that's what we do.
What areas do you service?
So we service the New York and New Jersey metropolitan area. So that's the 5 boroughs of New York City, Manhattan, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, and we also handle Long Island, and then we serve the major metropolitan area of New Jersey.
Great.
Yeah.
And how long have you been a Bell Gossett rep?
Wow. So we've been a Bell Gossett rep for at least 40 to 45 years.
Wow.
So a very long time. We're excited to be partnered with Bell Gossett. We think they're, one of the finest pump manufacturers in the world today. They're a global company doing many things, and I'm sure we're going to get into Watermark and some of the things that they're doing on a social level. But as far as engineering and design, the products that they make are top-notch, top-quality products, and it's the type of organization that Wallace Eannace wants to be associated with. We're happy to be associated with them. Bell Gossett is, in our market, the number one specified manufacturer for Bell Gossett pumps, number one specified manufacturer for their plate and frame heat exchangers, and we continue to grow with them.
That's fantastic. So, handling New York, you must work on some pretty high-profile projects.
Indeed, we do.
Any recent projects that stick out to you, that just interesting installation or a set of challenges that you had to be real, ingenuitive to get?
Sure. So one that's near and dear to my heart is, we all know what happened during 9/11 with the bombing of the World Trade Center, back then the Twin Towers. After that whole area down at Ground Zero was cleaned up, they wanted to memorialize all of those who have lost their lives in that tragic occurrence, and they were designing a fountain. It's called the Memorial Fountain, and we were able to provide the Bell Gossett heat exchangers for that to be able to keep that water moving all the time, 24/7, 365 days a year, to be able to keep that water from freezing. So if someone was to go down to the Memorial Fountain in the middle of December, the middle of January, middle of February, it would still be flowing nice and smoothly. So it's nice that we were able to have a part in that. And currently today, we're involved in some major projects.
Sure.
220 Central Park South. That's going to be that's the area of Central Park that they call Billionaires Row. And you have apartments that go for 100 million, 150 million, 200 million dollar apartments. And it's nice to know that we played a part in the mechanical equipment room, having our equipment, Bell Gossett, in that particular facility. That residential building, 220 Central Park South. We have the Bell Gossett VSC, the vertical split case design pump, and there's another building just a little bit south of that called 157 West 57th Street. Another residential building that's about 60, 70 stories tall. We were fortunate enough to win that one. There's another one that's downtown or uptown, 125th Street in Harlem. It's called 125th Street Retail Development. Fantastic job that we did with Bell Gossett. We designed it from the beginning all the way to installation. It was a project that had 5 rooftop enclosures, and they were designed by Bell Gossett in accordance with what the design engineer was looking for, and also with the input from our consulting engineers from Wallace Eannace as well. And that project is magnificent. It's each tenant in that facility at 125th Street Retail Development, each wanted their own mechanical equipment room. So we built these, I guess you can call them like mechanical equipment room pods, and we drop them onto the roof.
Really
so there's a Whole Food in there. They have their own pod. There's a Eagle One store. There's an Olive Garden. There's a Pier One. It's very exciting to be a part of all of these different things. I know when I drive around with my wife into the city, I'm always telling her, "Oh, honey, I did that one. Oh, honey, we did that job. Oh, honey, we did that job."
That's exciting.
So it's exciting. We did the control tower for LaGuardia Airport. So every time you drive past LaGuardia Airport, you see that control tower, and our equipment is in there, keeping the computers cool and keeping the people nice and air conditioned. So it's exciting. It's an exciting industry to be in. Being involved in the construction industry and just seeing these buildings go up is just amazing. Right now, LaGuardia Airport is going through a major renovation, and we were fortunate enough to be awarded a big portion of that with the new Delta Airlines headquarters and terminal. And so there's just so many things that Wallace Eannace is involved in these days.
It's just such an array of projects, from the heat exchangers and the fountain that you mentioned, all the way to this interesting mechanical room pods, as you call them. Was there any particular reason that was the design choice for the architect? Or?
Yes. So in Manhattan, space is a premium, and whatever space is available, they want to rent that space out to their tenants. So they didn't want to put it inside the facility because that was taking away space. That was taking away rental space. So that's income dollars, that revenue that the owner wouldn't be able to generate. So we all felt as a design team that we can put these pods on the roof of the structure, and that's not being rented or occupied, and we can use that space, and that's how that project worked out.
So what do you think your customers are generally looking for, asking for? Are there like one or two primary things they're looking to get when they give you a call? Are they looking for energy efficiencies? Are they looking for superior operational performance? Are there any top things?
Sure, great question, Amanda. What our customers generally look for is an efficient and effective design. So they look at return on investment. So they want something that, with Bell Gossett offers variable frequency drives. So we try to put variable frequency drives on all of our pumps, and they have a payback of between 2 to 2.5 years. So the equipment eventually pays for itself. Our customers want the most efficient pumps, so that the operating costs are as least expensive as they can be. So that's what they look for. They also look for ease of installation, how easy it is to install the product, and also ease of service. They want their service and maintenance people to be able to service the equipment properly. Should a seal need to be replaced, that they don't have to remove the entire pump to replace a seal. It can be done quickly and efficiently.
Okay.
So they look for effective solutions from us, and we try to, we want to be able to provide them with a solution that they'll be happy with.
Yeah, absolutely. On our show, In the Field with Gould's Water Technology, the latest series covers tips and trainings for small business owners. Listen to all 5 episodes of the Small Business Toolbox series wherever you get your podcasts. You've mentioned a couple Bell Gossett products that have gone into some of these projects, but what do you think one of the more important Bell Gossett innovations has been in the last couple of years that we've released? We've got, our new ESP system-wise selection software. We've had, a renovation at the Little Red Schoolhouse, so that's ushering in a new era of training and education. Stuff like that. I know we've had other products too that have launched recently.
Yeah, great things that Bell Gossett is doing. You mentioned the Little Red Schoolhouse. That's a fantastic new state-of-the-art facility. We look forward to bringing more of our customers there to have that experience of over the years. We've done many different trainings at the Little Red Schoolhouse. I've been to the Little Red Schoolhouse myself for training very, very early in my career. And as Wallace Eannace, we also do something called the Little Red Schoolhouse Comes to New York, where we'll bring some of the trainers that teach at the Little Red Schoolhouse, and we'll put on different seminars throughout the New York area, and have a Little Red Schoolhouse Comes to New York, and we give our engineers continuing education units. Also, one of the products that I like is the EcoCirc XL. That's a new pump, a relatively new pump that Bell Gossett has come out with within the last few years. It's a variable speed drive, mounted directly into the motor, and it has a lot of advantages and features and benefits that our competition doesn't have yet. So that's a good product. I also like the advancements that they've made on their pressure booster system, which is for domestic water. Our goal at Wallace Eannace is to, make sure that every child in New York has, heat in their home and can have air conditioning if it's available, and to be able to go to bed knowing that they can take a nice hot shower. So, we cover the whole gamut from heating, air conditioning to domestic hot water, making sure people are satisfied with the comfort in their living environment.
Wow. You mentioned earlier that one of the things you're seeing, especially in New York with such limited space, just sort of like the shrinking of the mechanical rooms, or in the case of the 125th Street building, that they're on the roof.
Right.
So that seems to be, a pretty predominant trend in the region. But
absolutely, 100%. That is a growing trend. We can use the term packaging is what they like to see now. That's becoming much more popular, whereas you're building, you're taking the pumps and the triple duty valves and the suction diffusers, all the components, and you're pre-assembling them with a header, and also with the variable frequency drives mounted and wired onto the motors. Everything is all assembled so that when you get it into the field, all you have to do is bring your power to it, you bring your supply and return piping to the unit, you fill the system up with water, you power it up, you turn it on, and you're done. So it's a much quicker turnover process as far as the installation goes than the traditional stick build way. So what that allows the owner to do is to cut down his installation time or construction time of the building, say 3-4 months, and get people into that building and get that space rented and occupied much quicker. So that's a huge trend. We're involved in that trend. We have for the School Construction Authority in New York, Bell Gossett is the basis of design, and all of those plans that come out now actually have prefabricated pump skids as the basis of design, and that's due to the efforts of the engineers of Wallace Eannace Associates.
Oh, fantastic.
Are those all for new buildings for that kind of stuff, or is that retrofits as well? Where those
this is for the most part, I would say 95% all new buildings, because you can coordinate the delivery times before the before the curtain walls go up, and you're able to slide that equipment into the building. Whereas rehab, you have to fit it into an existing space. So if some of the pumps or some of the skids are small enough, sometimes we can get them into rehab or renovation. but not too much. It's mostly for new installations. We did a project in New Jersey called 99 Hudson Street, and it's a marquee project for us. It will be, when it's opened up, the tallest building in the state of New Jersey, and we have 23 prefabricated skids in that building, and it's just a phenomenal job that we've done with that, and partnered up with Xylem and our skid manufacturers. So we're really excited about that project, and being able to be there when they cut the ribbon to finally open up the facility. So we're looking forward to 2020 and some great things that Xylem and Wallace Eannace have partnered on and have going on.
That's great.
That's cool. If you would have told yourself in the past that you would have been in this industry for so long, what do you think you would have said?
Good question. I don't know what I would have said back then, but I did know that I was always going to, push myself to get better and to work hard, to study and read, and just be the best that I can be. I believe that education is an ongoing process. It never ends. What you achieve in life is directly related to what you have in your mind, so you must work to put the best things in your mind as often as possible. So, I take classes, I read, I study, I go to seminars, I go to leadership seminars. So I'm always trying to put myself into a position so that when an opportunity comes, I'm able to take advantage of the opportunity. I believe that it's better to be prepared and not be in the situation than to be in the situation and not be prepared. So I'm constantly working to prepare myself for whatever comes up next.
That's cool. And it seems like you have a genuine passion for the projects that you're involved in and a pride in the work.
I do. I love this industry. This industry is a passion of mine. I was at a conference last year, and a gentleman by the name of Mike Holtgren, he gave a closing talk, if you will, at the reception dinner, and he said, I'm so happy that I'm able to earn a living in something that I love to do, and I feel the exact same way. I'm happy that I'm able to earn a living, take care of my family, doing something that I love to do, and I'm excited about Watermark and what Xylem is doing with Watermark. Chris Hartwick in the press conference this morning threw out a challenge to the manufacturers' reps across the country that they want them to do a certain amount of 2020 Watermark events. Well, I'm here on this podcast saying to Mr. Chris Hartwick, Director of Commercial HVAC Division of Xylem, that we at Wallace Eannace accept your challenge, and we look forward to hosting a 2020 Watermark event. There's over 139,685,000 square miles of water on this planet, and Xylem is doing a remarkable thing, working to purify some of that water with filters and the different things that they have going on, making sure impoverished communities, are able to have clean drinking water, clean water to be able to, take a bath in, and even some of the smaller Watermark events where they, raise money to, bring awareness to some of the things that are going on with the dirty water on our planet, and it's important for this, the only place we have to live, as far as I know, and it's important for us to take care of the planet. So we look forward to doing our part with Watermark in 2020.
That's cool. Do you have any initial ideas for what you're going to do?
So Xylem has a few things that they that they have access to as far as cleaning lakes and things like that. But what I'd like to do is they have something which is called wine to water, where they build filters for lower income communities where they can put these filters on their systems and have clean drinking water. I'd like to do something like that where we build these filters. They have the toolkits to build the filters. And I like to build some of these filters and provide them for those communities. That's my initial thought. But whatever it takes, I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and put on my jeans and get dirty and get it done.
It's fantastic. Anything else coming up in 2020 that you're excited about? I mean, you've really hit on a lot of amazing projects that you're working on, and then obviously this Watermark announcement. It's fantastic that you'll be engaging in some projects there, but
Yeah, well, thank you for having me again. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about Wallace Eannace and our partnership with Xylem. We're just looking forward to great things in 2020. Again, the Watermark event, and continuing to grow our relationship with Xylem, and to have record sales numbers. We want to just break the record and provide a quality service to our customers. We believe that if we can just service our customers better than anyone else can, that the rewards will be there for themselves, and those rewards will help Wallace Eannace, and by helping Wallace Eannace, it will also help Xylem. So that's what we look forward to in 2020, and also getting a little quality time in with my family.
Oh, good.
Also
that's nice.
That's good too.
Yeah, you definitely need that.
Yeah.
It's got to be balanced. Well, Darryl, thanks so much for being here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to joining you guys in another podcast in the future. Thank you so much.
For sure. Thank you.
The Solving Water podcast is produced and distributed by Xylem, a global water technology company of more than 16,000 employees committed to solving critical water and infrastructure challenges worldwide. Stream, download, and subscribe